Humanity is not dying from a lack of hope. It is dying from hope. It is not war that takes your future the fastest. Waiting takes it faster. Someone taught entire societies to live in tomorrow, so they would not have to see how they are losing today.
I just want to believe that it will get better. I just want to hold on a little longer. I just do not want to go insane.
No. You want to postpone the moment of truth. Hope in your head is very rarely strength. Most often, it is an anesthetic.
Without hope, a person collapses. Without hope, a person gives up.
And that is exactly why it is so easy to sell it to you. In advertising. In school. In the media. In the story about you. You will still be happy. You will still become someone. Someone will still love you. Your time will still come. Still. 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 And that is how life passes.
I am fighting. I am trying. I have plans.
No. Very often, you are not acting. You are fantasizing about acting. This is the dirty truth. Hope gives you relief without change. And relief without change is a drug.
A person intoxicated by tomorrow stops serving life. They begin to serve their own comfort.
That is exactly how a slave is born. Not through chains on the hands. Through the promise that later will be better.
I just want a little peace.
And you pay for that peace with the present. You pay with energy. You pay with courage. You pay with the ability to decide. You pay with years. Then you wake up and see that you did not live. You waited.
It is not that simple. The world is hard. People are wounded.
That is exactly why hope is so dangerous. Because it looks noble, but very often works like a delay mechanism. It does not make you look. It does not make you understand. It does not make you cut through illusions. It makes you endure a little longer.
And the species no longer has the patience to wait for people who are always just a little before life.
Look at what this emotion does to entire generations. People postpone maturity. They postpone bonds. They postpone children. They postpone responsibility. Because first, they want to find themselves. First, they want to live a little. First, they want to be ready. And inside that first, the future ends.
I do not want to be a cog. I want to be myself.
That self was sold to you too. From childhood, you were taught to build an image of yourself. You must be special. You must be admired. You must have your own story. You must stand out. You must feel that you are the center. And then those buttons get pressed. With images. With words. With judgment. With promises. With fear. And you run. As if you chose it yourself.
So you are saying that my whole life is being controlled?
I am saying something worse. That very often, you defend your own control because you call it yourself. And this is where your name appears. It is not about the sound. It is about the entire package you carry under it. Grievances. Roles. Ambitions. Shame. Hunger for recognition. Fear of being no one. That is what the chains are. Not metal. Not a wall. This.
But that is me.
No. It is a mechanism that speaks in your voice faster than you can think.
That mechanism is exactly what breaks people into lonely, frightened individuals. Each wants to survive alone. Each loses alone.
That is why hope is so useful to the system. Because a person ruled by name does not want the truth. They want a soothing version of the truth. It does not want to see that trauma is an event. It prefers to say, that is me. It does not want to see that fear is a reaction. It prefers to say, that is who I am. It does not want to see that shame is pressure. It prefers to say, I deserved it. And that is exactly how you suffer longer than necessary.
If I drop it, then what will be left of me?
Peace without theater. Pain without humiliation. Memory without chains. Decision without begging for permission. What happened to you stops being you. It becomes an event. Another person's opinion stops being a verdict. It becomes a sound. Advertising stops leading you. It becomes an image. You recover energy. Not for performance. For life.
And only then is a person fit for something greater than their own comfort. And only then can they raise a strong child. Not a cracked mirror of their own wounds. Not another victim of stimuli. Not another name led on a leash.
The greatest catastrophe is not that people suffer. The greatest catastrophe is that they pass their chains forward and call it life.
That hurts.
It is supposed to hurt. Because for the first time, you are not hearing comfort. You are hearing the mechanism.
So what am I supposed to do? Stop believing? Stop being myself?
Stop confusing hope with action. Stop confusing personality with truth. Stop kneeling before what was called you.
You will not win alone. Alone, you will return to the old drug. Alone, you will want to fall asleep again inside the story about yourself. That is why the answer is not light. It is not comfortable. It is not private. RAZEM.
Not as a slogan. Not as decoration. Not as a channel to watch. RAZEM as the choice of sides. Either you keep defending the chains and wait for tomorrow, or you reject them and start seeing.
So I cannot go back to the old version of myself anymore.
No. Because now you know that version was a cage.
Alone, you will lose. Together, you can still stop bowing to your own name.
Hope put you to sleep for long enough.
Now choose.
Sleep or truth.
I see now.
Then stop waiting.
Step into the wait.
Step into responsibility.
Step into RAZEM.
We're all equal before the machine.
Divided, we lose.
RAZEM.